What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I want to break down what's happening to the charts thus far in some very important levels. I'm also going to talk about Super Micro and a couple of others in there and break down what's happening with this trend. But before I break into these doubles information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500 into the account, you are guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, looking at SPY, we got this parabolic breakout thanks to Nvidia's earnings, not to mention a short squeeze. And as we're starting to see shorts close their positions, they're hedging by buying in, and we're seeing the market continuing to rip. So what's happening with SPY? I told everyone to watch 505.5, and we were basically testing that resistance a couple of hours ago. But then what happened was SPY managed to break that, and I told you the next target is 507. That's where we're at right now, testing resistance up there. If we break 507, we actually have this range at 507 to 507.5 to watch for. If we break that, I'm going to be looking for a push for 508.5, and if that breaks, our next target is 510. So overall, SPY is still looking very strong. But watch 507 as resistance. It's kind of shuffling up here for now. It's very new to this level, so don't forget we're in new territory. Sometimes when you hit new territories like this, especially at some resistance levels that are key, we sometimes see some sideways price action first before making our move. So watch for that very carefully. If we do retrace, watch 505.5 as support, and 503.5 below that as the next critical support. Overall, it's still holding up nicely. It's still fighting the 507 resistance and still favoring the bulls a lot more. With this squeeze, we're going to be watching to see if we could close above 507 or not. And overall, things are looking quite good. Let me just remind you guys about one thing. For today, later on, we have Harker giving a speech. I think Harker's speech is about to start very soon. And then after that, don't forget about how tomorrow we don't really have much data. It's going to be a very quiet data day, so it gives the market more leverage. So SPY is still parabolic. They're still squeezing shorts. It's still bullish, but make sure you watch this resistance. It is still continuing to pump. Now, something else that's happening is that the markets, the algorithms and the order flow are kind of like adjusting now. So Tesla is the epitome of what's going on. So basically, what happened to Tesla was we had bad news, right? Bad news came out involving the Gigafactory in Germany, and then there's also news about the Ford Mach E getting a big price cut, which is very negative for the EV sector. So Tesla came down with the news. Tesla was down to 191, losing 195. But then, as SPY was parabolic, as the QQQ was parabolic, they ended up pushing it back up for a full recovery, and we formed a long wick right over here. So what basically happened was they triggered stops and they brought Tesla down to buy it at these levels. That's what institutions were doing. And now Tesla's back in the uptrend phase. It's still holding up nicely. And we're going to be testing our resistance close to 198. So overall, Tesla's making a recovery now. The algorithms have adjusted, so now it's starting to track SPY, the QQQ, and the others. It's finally following the trend. I was hoping it would do this from the beginning, but it actually dipped a little bit first before we got that, and now it's still pushing, so it's looking pretty good. For support, make sure you watch 197.5 then 195. For resistance, watch 198. If we break this, we do have room to go all the way up to 200. But overall, Tesla is starting to fight. Watch 198. Tesla's not as strong as what it was like a couple of days ago, what it was like before. We're not there yet, but it's still gaining some strength. It's trying to uptrend slowly. So let's hope we hold above 195 and this trend line right here. And Tesla is still showing some life, trying to follow the trend, playing a game of catch up. For the QQQ, we've broken this resistance. This is a big break that just happened on the QQQ. When I was recording my videos, I said to watch and see if it could break or not. If we broke this, 438 was our target, then 440. If we failed to do so, it could have rejected. And what happened? The QQQ traded sideways, chopped around this resistance, and it broke out. It also broke this high right here at 437, which is now showing a big change. This is important because as the QQQ is broken out, it is showing more strength, and 438 is going to be our resistance zone. If we break this, we're going to be testing the all-time high all over again, getting very close to 440. So watch 438 as key resistance. If it comes back down, there's minor support at 437.08. If that fails, it's just 436, followed by 434.5. Overall, it's bullish, trying to break 438. Let's see if we can get that break, and it's going to continue to pump from here. Overall, the trend is still strong, so watch that 438 area, and the QQQ is holding up nicely. Why is it holding up? Thanks to Nvda. Nvda is playing a big role in causing this to happen. Nvda is continuing to hold up very nicely, very close to its all-time high. We're at 775 right now. If it keeps pushing, watch 782-ish around there. And if that breaks, 790 is going to be our next target. Nvidia basically came down and started pumping again. It's still holding up and shuffling near its high. It's still on a very strong uptrend and it's holding up very nicely. It could continue to push. Nvidia is looking very strong. If it reverses, make sure you watch this support right here around 772. If that fails us, we could come all the way back down to about 765, if not 760. But overall, Nvidia is still bullish. Now, when it comes to something else out there, we also have Aapl. Aapl, in my opinion, is looking pretty good. So I called out 185 on Aapl in my earlier videos. I said it might actually approach that. We reached 184.25 as resistance so far, but look at how well it's kind of respecting these levels. So let me show you. So basically, we had critical support at 178 to 180, and Aapl bounced off that very nicely. Then it started to uptrend. You guys can see how this 182.5 area was resistance. We broke out of this, and we reached 184.25 during the pre-market. We came down, we bounced off 182.5, and now we're coming back up. So it's respecting these levels very nicely. You guys can see this quite clearly. If we break out higher, it's going to be reaching 185, but we have to get above 184.25 first. So this is following the trend, and it looks to me like there's more room for it to go higher. It's not done yet. It depends on how we react to 184.25. Do we get an initial rejection and then break it later, or do we just break it from here? If it breaks it from here, the 185s are coming. If not, it could shuffle a bit beforehand. But this does look bullish. I think 185 is coming, and I think that it's going to help the market push. It's also following the trend, if anything, but it's helping simultaneously. SPY is breaking 507, so pretty strong so far. We'll see if this could hold and if we close around here. For SoFi, I'm going to pull up the 4-hour time frame, by the way. This is strong. SoFi is actually approaching 8.3, looking pretty good. ARM just broke 125. Not 125, sorry. 125 broke. Now we're approaching 135. 135 is next. If it keeps pushing, our next target will be 138. It looks bullish. Super Micro is on fire. This thing has broken out. I told everyone that if this thing were to run with Nvidia, you're going to be expecting the 900s. It actually broke past 920. We're now at 970. We have an imbalance all the way up to 1040. If we keep pushing, we break this resistance. We have resistance right here where this wick is, by the way, at 985 to watch for. If we break that, I can see this thing pushing all the way up to 1040 again. So watch 970 is resistance, 985, and then if it breaks that, 1000 plus is coming. Super Micro still has potential to push. For support, you want to be watching to see how well it holds 950. If that fails us, there's 920, then 900. Overall, it's bullish. It's looking bullish. Nvidia is leading the way. The IWM Russell 2000 is making its way back up towards 200. We're about to get a bullish PPO crossover. This means we could see 202 soon. If he breaks 200, we're looking bullish. For Microsoft, we're making a comeback. It came down, but now it's coming back up towards 410. If we break that, watch 412 and then 415. For AMD, it's following the trend with NVIDIA. We got a breakout on AMD. And we're going to be watching for our resistance up here towards 185. There's 184, then 185 coming next. And we're continuing to break these highs up here. So watch 185. That's going to be our next target if we break 184. And then watch resistance above that at 190. Right now we're shuffling at 182.5, so we'll see if this can break out more. So we're looking pretty darn good. The VIX came down just as predicted. We were talking about how it had that gap below and also a trend reversal. So we gapped back down. Not looking the best for the VIX. We'll be watching to see how well it holds 14 at the 4-hour 50 EMA, so be patient. And a lot of these other tickers are running. I'm just going to go over just a few more. Coinbase, this will be the last one I go over. Looking pretty good. I think we could push higher. I think this could push higher towards this wick. 172. If we break that, 175 is next, followed by 180. So it looks bullish. Going to be looking for some more bullish price action. So we'll wait and see how it goes. Anyways, that's it for this one. Hopefully the extra tickers I went over were helpful. The market is still strong, and now some tickers like Tesla are starting to follow the trend. So watch out, guys. If you're trying to short, if you're trying to do anything else, be very careful. And please, please, please do what you have to do. I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you, and peace out.